Sorry for that spam. That's some of the tools that I configured. Give me a second. Jesus Christ, man. What the hell was that? That was a lot of spam. Let me clear the chat. Yeah. Yeah, that's simply the tool that I configured not working. Give me 1 second. Wait, I need to disable some of the stuff. 1 second. Jesus Christ, man. Where is it? Where is it? Actions. I need to disable them all. Yeah, I didn't configure that properly, did I? Oh, shit, no. No. Crap. Enough. All right, can you type something now? I think it should be disabled. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it should be fine now, I believe. Yeah, good evening, fellas. Just give me a moment here. Just ah, crap. Come on, man. Come on. What is this shit? Yeah, don't type anything, please. Don't type anything. What the fuck is going on, man? Jesus Christ. Now let me just remove all of this. All right, let's see now. Give me a second. Yeah, it should be gone now. Nope. Jesus Christ, man. All right, fuck that then. It's a shame. Give me a moment here, man. That was a lot of spam. That was a lot of spam. Well, let me do it like this. 1 second. All right. Actually, can anyone type anything? Are we like locked out of chat? Test. Okay, should be fine now, right? Spam, can you say? Yeah. All right. Oof. Almost a heart attack there. Jesus Christ, man. That was not a properly configured, I can tell you that much, yeah. No Twitch ban for us, exactly. You look like a villain from the Bond movie. Thank you, man. I hope that's a compliment. All right, and then we have these. Wait a minute, I've never had these captions. We have these captions now as well. How can I configure them? So number of lines 2. Let's try that. I do not have the same problem. No. Not really. Not really, Ada, no. It could be Brave, exactly. It could be Brave. All right, we're almost there. Give me a second. Let me know if I have to lower down the music. What's your progress? I mean, I haven't worked on anything. I mean, I mostly just work on some of these things while streaming, right? So I don't really, I didn't do anything since we met last time. Oh, Rebecca is here. Oh my God, amazing. Alrighty, let's go to the main screen here. Yeah, I don't know what this means. More than one Justin is using the primary. Let me just see if, let me just check the stream on YouTube. I'm not sure if it's fine. Am I even actually streaming? Yeah, I'm streaming there. All right, I guess it's okay. Been so long, Rebecca, exactly. I hope you're doing great. What's up? How is life? How is life? Oh, okay, so we are actually here. Okay, well, good evening, fellas. Let me just double check one thing. Yeah, so that's fine. That's working. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been around much as either. Not much to complain. Good, great, awesome. I've been playing a bit with not much, honestly. Gym, training, family, kid, wife, work, and then trying to get back into these streams whenever it's fun, and doing this course, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't like to say it's busy, right? I mean, the thing is, we're all hopefully busy at this age, right? So it's fine. I'm fine. We should be busy, right? So that's good. But I'm happy that you're here, Rebecca. That is awesome. All right, well, let's see what we do today, right? So let's, happy to see you as well. Please stick around. It's always so fun when you're here. So fun when you're here. Okay, so yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I'm recording a course for Udemy, or I'm supposed to record it, called Infrastructure for Startups. And yeah, that's what we're gonna continue doing today. We're gonna start with the API, and it's gonna be a great course. I'm gonna teach there a lot, and I'm hoping that it's gonna end up being successful, because then I can do more courses and hopefully make some passive income, and then invest it into building programmer network. That's the idea. Or it might not materialize at all, and it might fail completely. You never know. That is also fine. Leo, my friend, good evening. Good to see you here, man. Thank you for coming. Yeah, exactly. So that's where we are. And let's get going. Let's get started. I got 32 gigs more of DDR5, so now we are running 64 gigs on this machine. I had to downclock it, unfortunately, from 5,600 megahertz, because now we have all slots filled. Just don't record hours. No, I mean, it's gonna be classical. I'm gonna look how other people on Udemy are doing it, and I'm gonna just clone what they're doing. So I'm not gonna reinvent the warm water, as they say, right? But yeah, it's tough. I mean, I'm a perfectionist, right? So the problem is, that is a huge problem for me, because I have high expectations from others, and of course, high expectation for myself as well. So it's kind of that's just how it is, right? What happened here? I don't actually understand. And yeah, there will be PowerPoint. I really wish that there was someone to help out with all of this. There's a lot of work, but it's fine. It's something I have to go through one course. If the course succeeds, then I'll pay some people on Fiverr or whatever to do it for me, because I want to record the course, not spend hours and hours in PowerPoint presentations, right? Yeah, exactly. Okay. So essentially, let's draw some plan for today, and then we see how it goes. I actually honestly didn't plan to stream but I just last second I'm like, you know what, let's go and code a little bit. How long? I don't know, might be an hour, 2, 3, depending how I feel. Yeah, I think so. I didn't plan a stream in a long time, so yeah. Okay, so today we're supposed to continue with my messaging queue, right? So we're gonna continue with something called BullMQ, which is a messaging queue. If you've ever heard about messaging queues, then you must have heard about, you know, RabbitMQ, PubSub from GCP, Kafka, and etc., right? We're gonna use BullMQ for this course that I record because it's a very primitive version implementation of all of the other ones. All of the other ones follow their own language, like RabbitQ has his whole ecosystem. PubSub is a GCP service, so it's tied to Google Cloud Platform, Kafka and stuff. So this is very complicated. I don't know it well enough to teach it. And second, it's not sufficient for infrastructure for startups or something that, right? BullMQ whatsoever, I believe, suffices well enough, because BullMQ, we're not going to run it as a microservice. We're going to run it as part of our API. You can say that that's, yeah. And essentially what I'm saying, so we're going to have our Fastify API, which is going to be our client-side API and the only API. And then we're gonna, as part of the Fastify API, we're gonna run the BullMQ, right? So we're not going to run BullMQ like this as a separate microservice, because we would have to run it as part of another node server, another Fastify server. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna use the BullMQ. So this guy that we're gonna do now, we're gonna use it for at least 2 things. So number one, we're gonna use it as a wrapper over cron jobs, right? So we're gonna have insights when our cron jobs run, when they fail, etc. And we're gonna need cron jobs for this course and this infrastructure, because we wanna have cron jobs that back up our database, for example, every n interval. So typically, let's say we wanna automate a process where our Postgres database is backed up 4 times a day, right? Or n number of times a day. So we're gonna need it for that. Then we're probably going to need it for, you know, any time-based things that we want to happen. You know, I want to schedule X and send it to all users, you know, etc. So it's a queue, right? Then we schedule it, and then that queue clears out when. And yeah, this is an important part of system because yeah, at the very least we're going to use it for cron jobs at start. And if we actually go to their docs, and if we search for cron, here, for instance, it should cron job, or maybe I think they call it scheduling, right? So job schedulers, here it is. Job scheduler acts as a factory producing jobs. Yeah, whatever. This is very technical, but this is essentially, as you can see, this is a way to. This is a way to create your first job. For example, say this is basically a syntax for cron jobs, right? And this is a way to say, hey, attempt to run this 5 times, remove and fail, whatever, back off, etc. The messaging queues are for many use cases. I just explained few use cases now. Cedric, my friend, good evening, good to see you. So yeah, so that is how it is, right? That is how it is. So but we need to finalize this code now that I was writing so let's focus on that a little bit. So I think I have RabbitMQ, didn't I? Like, am I in the right? Ah, shit, I'm completely in a wrong directory. How the hell did I? What? How did I open this? That makes no sense. Am I not? What? Ah, no. Okay, never mind. Sorry, my bad. I opened the programmer network project. So let's go back here. So this is where we want to be. Cedric, good to see you, man. It's been ages. All right, so yeah, going back here. So here we have some boilerplate that I started doing. BullMQ, here it is. Why do I keep saying RabbitMQ? And the last thing I was doing, I tried to this has nothing to do with Programmer Network. This is for the course. Programmer Network notification system works for a year now. So yeah, so this is not related to that. All right, so now we need to kind of finalize this, right? So we have the plugin that oh, Cobble, man, that is nice. You're gonna learn something new, man. Why not? Okay, so wait a minute. So yeah, so this is a plugin, and I actually don't want this to be a plugin. So kinda, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a. Yeah, I actually don't want this. Like, this is a little bit too complicated. So I do want what I had before, to be very frank with you. So I still want this. And bear with me, I will need to focus a little bit now. So we're gonna spend a lot of time talking today. But if I don't do sufficient amount of work, I'm not gonna stream again for a week, because it's just it's very demotivating, right? Because you just waste a lot of time, and then you don't do anything. And I mean, that doesn't really apply to you much, man. You haven't been here around for a long time, so actually you have the absolute right to talk. I missed you, man. All right, so bullmq. So we have the connection, we have the logger here. So yeah, so here the logger is logger. And actually, that's so weird. App. Yeah, that's cool, but why? Yeah, okay. And then options, yeah, what the fuck? What options, man? That makes no sense. So we have the decorators, bullmq decorate, and this has to be Redis URL. Yeah, so we'll need to install crap. This is a little bit hard. So let's open the. So we have this wrapper, bullmq wrapper that we wrote. And that's for the most part fine. We'll need to test some of this stuff, and it's a very simple wrapper. Just maybe some of the things are not even necessary. But we have the connection, so the constructor takes the connection and the logger, and it takes Fastify Redis, which, to be very frank with you, I don't know if that's gonna work, because I think wait, how do I get the connection object from Fastify Redis? Or reference, not radius, Redis. All right, never mind. So if we actually go to the bullmq here and we go to connections, I suppose that's I suppose how is it going to be, right? Yeah, IO Redis, right? That's the problem. We're not using IO Redis. We're using all right, this is my wrapper over bullmq, but I need to somehow pass the connection from Fastify Redis and not IO Redis library. Are you still working on that, Cedric? That's crazy, man. It's been like 2 years since you're doing that. Nice. Okay, so we can do what I... Yeah, exactly. I mean, even though we cannot trust AI, of course, but Jesus Christ, man. I mean, yeah, I don't trust that this is gonna... I mean, it's probably hallucinated a lot, but let's see what it did here. Yeah, there's already some error, some sort of Redis connection. Redis connection is used, is imported but never used, okay? So I think I did this for the most part well. Let's see here. Yeah, exactly. This is kind of, I suppose, what we want to do, right? Let's give it a shot. So now when we have the decorator, if we actually, and let's remove this. This is some AI stuff that I played with. So if we take a look at our logs, we have 3 instances of node running. Everything, I suppose, should be fine. So let's actually go now to our server here. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, so we actually don't need that anymore, like this, I suppose. So now, yeah, now we would need to await. No, actually, I mean, I just, yeah, actually this should suffice. I think this is, so here we should just have to say app.redis, right? Yeah, this potentially could, I hope would work. Let's run our boilerplate stuff that we are building for this course. So if I do this, and I might be using a mock service worker right now. Wait, are we actually hitting the API? Yeah, I think we are potentially hitting the API. Are we? Let's take a look. Is there a cookie set here? Did we set a cookie with it? Okay, cool. All right, great. So, okay, well, yeah, that's great. So now app should have a bool MQ object on it, right? Technically. Let's print this. Actually, don't know what's up with these logs. Oh, this is Cadvisor shit. And I should probably do some Pino logging here because can we actually go to our Grafana? And Cedric, I'm working on the content for my course for Udemy. So that's an overall thing what I'm working on. So I'm building a course for Udemy, and yeah, that kind of sums it up more or less. If you want more details, let me know. Yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. All right, let me actually. So one thing that I believe here that we could do, give me 2 seconds, is we could technically use a pretty Pino logger. And I believe over here somewhere, wasn't there like pretty? Wait, I don't remember. But Pino is a C logger. Pino pretty. Yeah, Pino pretty. Basic prettifier for Pino. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so technically, I guess what we could do in development, right? If we go to our Docker file here, I suppose, what do? I expose this port, I build it like this. And then if we go to, so I guess we do, actually I do Pino pretty colorize. That's crazy, Pino. And yeah, okay, so that's a little bit weird. So I don't actually, so yeah, maybe, so it's this environment here. I think it's gonna be good, man. I mean, for those, of course, who have patience to focus, which is rare today, because with every advancement of technology, an average human becomes more dumb and more lazy. But for those who will be able to focus, I'm sure that's gonna be great. So yeah, so it's actually this crap here that makes the logs useless. That's why are we actually? Yeah, I don't actually get it. Why is our logs so shitty like that? Let's actually take a look at our portainer, and let's take a look at this. In fact, right? So let's go to our Docker containers. Here we have 18 of them, and then if we take a look at one of the node instances from the cluster, so these are the logs. Let's take a look at that very quickly. Yeah, that's so fucking stupid, man. That makes no sense. Yeah, that makes no sense at all. Give me 2 seconds. Logger is enabled. Oh, fuck. It's because of file logging, right? I'm pretty sure it's because of file logging, right? It's because I am writing the logs to a file. Wait, was it in this repository? I believe it was, or was it inside of the orchestrator? Yeah, let's actually take a look at that. So let's go to orchestrator, right? So I'm writing both traffic reverse proxy logs, and also I'm writing, yeah, so here it is, logs, Fastify API log. You can see it's 14.50 megabytes. It could easily be that, right? But I'm not absolutely sure. Let's take a look at the timestamps here. Yeah, Wednesday, so it is now. Okay, so yeah, I'm writing this in development. I mean, you could say almost that, yeah, that almost makes sense, right? The thing is, we don't want to do that, and that's good, right? That's why I love that I'm streaming with you guys here, because you kind of help me talk out loud. Because we do want to do this, of course, and this is all part of the course. This is going to be a log rotation stuff, but actually, yeah, I mean, we don't want to do this we don't want to crap. That's also untrue. It's not that we don't want to do it. I just wanted to showcase as part of this course that you can, in fact, have all of your logs stored on a file system as well and then read them. But then, yeah. Literally, exactly. So, yeah, so actually, so this is by default true. I do believe whatsoever, like if I just omit this for a moment, just for a second, let's just double check, because I don't remember, to be very frank with you. Yeah, you can see, bam, instantly we get a nice looking logs. Am I right? Yes, motherfucker. Okay, I apologize for that word. Okay, so cool. So that's good. That's good to know. I actually completely forgot, right? Tech lead, hey, good to see you, man. It's so nice when people come, man. Thank you guys for thank you very much for coming. I appreciate that a lot. It's very nice of you. All right, so we're gonna say here, hey, you know what? Actually, so let's, even though I'm gonna move this into a env, right? It shouldn't be hard coded like this, but I have a reason why it's like that. So let's just say here const Fastify log path. No, shut the fuck up. Fastify log file path, yes. And yeah, I mean, okay, I see. All right, so what I'm actually gonna do here, so we do have these options like this, the config, and I mean, I guess if we don't provide a file, wait, can this be undefined? Yeah, okay, good. So what we can do here, we can say if it's is production env, right? And then here we're just gonna literally pass undefined like this. this is very explicit. We can also do it differently. And then here we're going to say file. Yes. I'm actually going to put this here because I need to clean that up later. And then here I'm going to say to do. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so let's see. And so we should be getting our logs back, right? So instead of looking at them in portainer, we're going to go here now and take a look at the logs from my Docker container, right? And bam. Oh, finally. Jesus, I was losing my mind. Let's see. Great. Okay. And then if we go to the decorators, I would actually still expect to see this happen, but it's okay. I would at least expect it to be... The title may need to be changed. Title of the stream. What is the title? What does the wife think of your time spent on stream? I know you mentioned a lot how useless it is to stream, and usually you stream saying you're going to go spend time with kiddos and wifey. So I'm curious, what do you think about streaming in general? Is it fun? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, let me just answer a question, then we continue. I mean, so my wife and I have been together for 17 years, right? I mean, you could say half of our life. I'm 36, she's 35, so we've been together since we were 18 years old. So we are like the best friends, right? So in that sense, we support each other, right? When I say that streaming is useless, I would mostly say it's useless financially, right? Like literally, in that sense, it's a massive waste of money, right? Because if my goal per se would be just to make money, I would never stream. Because again, not to repeat myself, for most of you, subscribing for $5 a month is too much, right? So even the audience is completely wrong, right? I mean, for me personally, who works as a tech lead, who has a pretty solid salary, I would pay $5 for a good advice per day, right? Somebody would give me a good tip that helps me, I would probably, right? So in that sense, it's useless. But in the other sense, you know, the big shot is here. Resubscribe for 17. I love you, man. Thanks. There's no good advice. Thank you, buddy. Good to see you. But anyway, besides that, it's not useless. I mean, of course, I met many of you here, and I'm enjoying your time, and I want to build this platform still. I mean, my goals for Programmer Network haven't changed, right? I still want to build Programmer Network, and all of this, the course that I'm doing now for Udemy and some of the other things, and the streaming really is really for getting back to Programmer Network and getting users to sign up there, right? So fundamentally, so I would say that me streaming isn't useless. It's still, I mean, this platform that I'm attempting to build in free time still has more than 1,500 people who signed up, right? So people are not coming back because I'm not building features and giving them a reason to come back. But I have a feeling that I can do that eventually and make a nice community, right? So yeah, so me streaming, even rarely as I am now, is not purely random, right? There's still some strategy behind why I do it. So it's not really purely random, right? Definitely not. If that makes sense, I don't know. But if your goal is money, then streaming is absolutely useless. Yes, absolutely useless. 3,000%. Don't even remotely think about it. Also makes. Look, I am more productive 25 times when I'm not streaming, right? Because so far I would have finished this same feature 3 times or 5. I would have just sat focused, opened the AI, whatever, opens a few other tools to help me out. But that's not the goal of streams, right? That's why I'm also not streaming much anymore. But I'm trying not to disappear completely. Smadi, my friend, good evening. Good to see you again, man. It's been a while. But yeah, it's just you know me. I mean, tech lead, you've been here following back in the day you've been here, so I always say how it is. Money wise, this is useless, right? But that's just how it is. That's how it is. It is what it is, right? Everybody has their own. I stream monthly what some people do daily, right? So it's also that, right? So I'm not really. You cannot even call me a streamer. I'm a developer. I'm somebody who actually build real products, and I often show up and I share my screen, right? So that is the difference. I'm not a content creator, which is why I don't have to. The good thing about doing this for fun, and trust me when I say this, the good thing about doing this for fun is that you don't have to sacrifice your credibility and you don't because I'm not a streamer per se or a content creator. I actually don't give a shit in that sense, right? So I don't have to say ever anything against my personal values. You get what I mean? I'm not going to now start selling you some tool to gain engagement and followers, right? So that is the beauty of not doing. If I was doing this to feed my family, right? Maybe I would have to bullshit you all the time just to keep you around, to give you a reason to stay. But because I don't have to, right? I don't have to sacrifice my own values or anything, and right? Because I don't care. I want people here who enjoy the stream to be. Those who don't want to be here, I mean, you get what I mean? It's just honest, right? And this is I think why it's even more enjoyable when you don't do this a lot. It's because you can just have fun and meet people who think alike, and that's just how it is. That's what it is. That is what it is. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm gonna try now is just going back here, and I don't think this is gonna work. I think I'm messing something up. But let's see. Because one thing that worries me is that when the app gets decorated, I'm actually not seeing these logs. Yeah, to be honest, I agree. I mean, I agree, right? And to be very frank with you, as I said many times, my goals, of course, were different. I was hoping, when was it, a year or two when I streamed for the first time, I was hoping that it would elevate me or enable me to do this more. But that would mean that in order for me to go few days less to work, the community would have had to fund these days that I'm streaming, but that never even remotely materialized. It never will. That being said, I just gave up on that, right? A Windsward, I mean, it's the parts of the course, yeah. I'm building the whole infrastructure kinda here, and then I'm gonna, of course, do a lot of changes off stream to prettify it to make sure it all makes sense. I'll need to record. Actually, I bought a teleprompter. Right now, I'm looking into the teleprompter and I'm reading from it, so it's very awesome. It's gonna be open source. So, all of this that I'm doing will be, in fact, open source. Yes, I've actually already created the organization. So just for your information, the course is full end-to-end development course. So from planning, coding, building, testing, releasing, deploying, operating, and monitoring. So right now we have 18 Docker containers. So it goes all the way from building the front end. But again, this is not going to teach you every single individual thing in detail. That's not the point. The point is to showcase, especially many of you who never built an infrastructure, who never hosted anything yourself on a VPS or whatever, how these things such as Vercel and GCP and AWS, how these things actually work. They're not magic, right? So, Neokim, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Thank you. So the point of the course is going to be that it brings people to who lack understanding, right? Who are maybe, you don't necessarily have to be a beginner. You can be an expert, let's say, in front end or whatever. But I've noticed by streaming here that many of you actually never set up your own server. I'm building these things which I'm going to teach in the course. So eventually this is going to be repositories that you're going to be able to clone, and then you will be able to replicate this same thing, right? So I need to build the code before I start recording the course. That's just how it goes, right? You get what I mean? So for example, when I release this, you're going to come here. So for example, you're going to come to, you see this front end stuff. So you see, like, I built an awesome starter, my own opinionated starter. And then eventually when I release this, you're going to come to, let's say it here, you're going to click here, use this template, and then you're going to start your own front end off of that. And then you're going to do the same stuff for the rest of it, for the orchestrator, for Docker Compose, for the API, for the log rotator, and then for Terraform, right? No, this course is going to be on Udemy. This course is going to be on Udemy. So I've already kind of created the. So this course is going to be related. Is going to be released here. And of course, I'm going to give a lot of free courses because I will need you guys to. I will need you guys to obviously. I will need you guys to obviously try it first yourselves, right? But you can see here, this is basically infrastructure for startups and indie hackers. So this is the draft. As you can see, I have it as draft. Yeah, absolutely, Rebecca, absolutely, right? So yeah, but I'm looking forward to this. I think there's a lot of stuff that I can teach people, and there's a lot of stuff that I can learn by teaching as well. So it's not that I'm expert in every single thing. Nobody is. That's impossible. And I hope that once I finish it, that it's gonna maybe motivate me, I hope, to do more courses then. I think it's fun, and why not? Yeah, thank you very much. Just a thought. Absolutely. I'm absolutely fully an ear to hear your comments. Okay, cool. Let me just take a look at one thing here. So what is this? We have a Cadvisor. No, it's okay, man. Don't worry. If somebody thinks they can pirate this, be my guest, right? Be my guest. I mean, look, technically, let me tell you what a course is, right? So this is for me. This is for me what a course is, right? Course consists of two things that a mentor has. Hopefully. I have experience. I have practical experience. I've been actually working for almost 18 years now, right? So every single year since 2007 or 8, I've been working, right? But then apart from that, I also have the knowledge in many of these things. Some of the things I forget, I have to Google it. I have to use OpenAI, of course. But then when you combine the two, you get something solid, someone that can give you an advice based on experience, not theory. Then you have courses which are just replications of things, like somebody goes to React documentation, reads the shit, and writes a video, right? So I guess this is maybe what differentiates courses and what differentiates people, right? When you talk from just theoretical perspective, you read a blog post, or when you know what to focus on because you can memorize back in your head, right? Yeah, what was hard for you when you were learning that stuff, right? But anyway, that's what it is. We'll see. Look, it might fail as well, right? You know me, I'm not skeptical of the things I'm doing, but it just might as well just be like, what the fuck is this, Alex? Nobody wants this. Who knows, right? So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's do it step by step, and then who knows? Maybe it's gonna be awesome. Maybe it's gonna suck, and even if it sucks, well, I'll learn something from it, and then another time it's gonna suck less. And then 5 times later, it's gonna be good. So who knows? We'll see. That's just how it sometimes is, right? Maybe somebody's gonna say this is the worst course ever in Galaxy. Alex, you fucking suck, man. Who knows? I mean, right? Because at the end of the day, right? People today are so flooded by content that nobody really actually appreciates it anymore, right? And it's if you don't summarize things to an idiot level, to a person that can focus for 17 seconds daily, then you will probably fail. And I might, in fact, fail as well, right? So who knows? Time will tell, right? Okay, so the only thing that I don't fully get is why am I not getting this thing, right? So Smadi, I think one good thing with that, I actually consider that, and I'm 99% sure that I'm going to do that. I think one thing that I will emphasize in the course is that there's this stream, we have a Discord channel, so I will, once we release it, I will genuinely try to be there to help these people who enroll in the course, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's so weird, man. Like, does this thing actually get decorated? What is this returning? Is this returning it's returning a promise? Yeah, but I don't think it has anything to do with this. This doesn't have to be an async function, right? But let's make it an async function just for fun. Swagger JSON was generated. Then we have these annoying debug warnings. Where is this debug? Oh, okay, so here. All right, so let's say false. Okay, cool. I mean, to be very frank with you guys, like, okay, I trust TechLead that whatever he's saying is true, and he must use it. Like, if you can't afford a $5 hosting a month, like for example at Hetzner or DigitalOcean or whatever, then you probably don't need it in the first place, right? I hate free things, like in that sense. Like, it's just very less likely that something is truly free. The first version of the course of this, right? Throwing money away. Well, your priorities are wrong then, right? Because then, what do you mean throwing money away? You're paying for a service, right? Oracle VPS. Okay, in that sense, great. I mean, actually, you know what? It doesn't really matter. If you're not building anything of value, anything that somebody is going to use anyway, and if you're not worried, it doesn't really matter where you host it, right? Okay. I see. Well, that's very nice. Actually, I might. Fuck. Wait. No, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, I actually have to focus. Thank you. I'm getting thanks. Somebody has to say it. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna focus. Too much noise. Yes, absolutely. Doing that right now. Okay. Yeah, I removed that crap. I removed everything from the screen. It's just annoying. I hate these, like, somebody has followed you. Somebody has subscribed. I mean, who cares, man? If people want to subscribe, they will subscribe. If I need to incentivize you to click a button, then you probably don't want to be here, right? If I have to beg people by these things, like to click a button, then yeah, probably they want. Yeah, probably people shouldn't be here, right? So yeah, it's like a engagement pop-ups, right? Just very annoying. Okay, we create this, we initialize this. Yeah, so that's honestly super fine. So this is very good. This should be good as well. So what the hell is happening? Let's just try. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's see. So weird. So weird, man. We have set up decorators here, right? Yeah. And so we're actually yeah, that's so weird. Shit, man. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Never mind. I'm an idiot. I mean, yeah, clearly, but all right. Cool. Fine. Okay. Sure. It's just one thing that worries me, right? Is that this thing is a function. But let's actually let's do this. Let's call this and see it's gonna fart out. It should fart out, right? Add boolmq@jab is not a function. Cool. And it's not a function because this, for some reason, returns a function, right? So this should add job is not a function. Okay. So for whatever reason, the boolmq thing is not added to the app. It's not decorated as an actual object. It's decorated as an actual function. So that is a little bit weird. Let's see why. Oh. Okay. So let's say const boolmq is await this, right? And then we print the boolmq. All right. So now in what? That makes no sense, man. What? All right. No, it does make sense. Maybe. Does it? Yeah, it does make sense. Fine. Okay. All right, cool. And then if we take a look at the Redis, where's our Redis connection? Where's our Redis? Here's our Redis, right? So if we inspect this thing, this is our host name, right? We're specifying the Docker Compose one. So, I see. So where's my Redis here? It's here. This is a password. Yeah. So Redis host should maybe be like Redis database. It's a basically, I believe in our orchestrator, I think I've called it like that. It's called in our Docker Compose, I believe it's called Redis database. Yeah, exactly, right? Cool. So okay, that's fine. And actually we don't need a string here. So all right, so if we just do this again and see what is this still farting out? Is it farting out? I don't know. It is farting out. Okay. Error confused 127.639. Yeah. Redis database, Postgres host. Sure. Let me just do source, and then let's see env dev. Right? Yeah. Let's actually say down. Let's say Docker Compose down. Let's kill, like, just stop all of these guys, right? And then we're gonna just start them again. Sure. Okay. So we're gonna do just run our shell script here, right? Awesome. All right. Cool, man. Great. Cool. Let's kill that crap and let's go back here. View logs. Connection refused. Yeah, it's that. It's. Oh, wait a minute. Setup environments. Let's take a look at this. Redis host type string. Redis host. Process env Redis host. Yeah, let me actually just do something like Redis database just for fun here, just to test one thing. Let's take a look at our logs again. Yeah, I mean, this is true, right? It can't connect. Let's take a look at our Redis connection. Is the connection correct? Let's say connect. Yeah, so 127.0.0.1 actually works. So why is the connection refused here? Let me think for a moment. It shouldn't be. Except that the host name is wrong. I mean, actually, you know what? I get it, right? So what we can do in our, and what we should do in our orchestrator here, right? Let's go to Docker Compose override. And we will inject these, right, inside of our API image, right, here. Yeah, here's our API. So what we could do, and yeah, I mean, yeah, that's, of course, what the fuck, yeah. Jesus Christ. So if we do env, right? Wait, let me go to my original thing here. So we're gonna do something like this, right? Yeah. Yeah. Water drink, okay. And then if we look for Redis database here, we're gonna have the Redis password as well. Yeah, right? Yeah. And if we actually go back here and we go into the env, what else do we have? We have connects, migrations, JVT secret. Yeah, I mean, more or less, we should give it all this, right? Should give it all this pretty much, right? Yeah, we should, right? So, and thank you everybody for your follows. I'm not paying attention to that, but thank you very much. That's kind of you. That's very nice of you. Thanks. All right, so let's go back here. So we're gonna have a port, API port. So API port. Oops. Yeah, I'll just API port, API logs level. Sure, I guess. Yeah, sure. And then we're gonna do the path as well, right? And then we're gonna have all of our stuff in the orchestrator there. As I call it orchestrator, just keep in mind logs file, yeah. Cool, all right, do we have this? Yes, let me just double check. Yes, ooh, Postgres host, okay. Postgres host, cool. Postgres user, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's actually wrong. Shit. So username, password, database. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about this, but we'll see in a moment, because if I go to my env here, which is quite more complex. Yeah, actually good. Awesome. All good. That is perfect. Okay, good. That is beautiful. And okay, so we have this fella over here. That's great. And then we have Redis stuff, which we have to inject here as well, right? So we have a Redis password. We have Redis port and Redis host. Beautiful. Okay, cool. I think that might suffice. And actually, I will move these things there as well, just so it's fully unified, right? So we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this as well, right? Beautiful. And then the JVT secret as well will just smack in there, right? Okay, cool, super. Okay, so now when we have that, I'll go to my orchestrator there. I'll get over here for the dev thing, and we'll just pass the proper stuff. So this already is all actually, it's all passed already technically, except few things. So I think no DNV. Do we have no DNV? Oh, so beautiful. Okay, shit. It's already, everything is already here. Amazing. It's just Fastify. Let's take a look. that API logs level. Yes, super. API logs path. Oh, I see. Fastify logs path. Okay. So that seems to be the what? All right, we'll see about that. So we'll nuke that. Good, 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 and good. Beautiful. Redis password, Redis port, Redis host. Superb. Pretty. And then connects related stuff. Let's actually go. Let's take this. Oops. Let's go somewhere Fastify API here. And let's do this. Yeah. Yes and yes. Ah, so nice. Okay, and we're gonna do this and we're awesome. We're awesome. Cool. I don't know why. Okay, that's a duplicate, so let's nuke that. Super. That's good. That's great. So now the question is, do I want to use the .env here? Okay. What I'm gonna try now is just literally get rid of this and expect the env to be injected here. So if I do this crap and this, then the environment is going to be obviously controlled from the outside. So we still do process.env. That's still correct. And let's do the source env dev. Should be fine. Let's do docker compose down. And then we're going to do docker compose up, and we will make an assumption that envs will be injected properly here, because my environment for Fastify is a little bit custom. I made it a little bit custom. So let's run the shell script, the development shell script. The Fastify log path variable is set defaulting to black string. Okay, that's actually good, I think, because it's named differently here. So this is the only update we have to do. So I think Fastify logs path is this. What we're gonna do, we're gonna look for this, and we're gonna search and replace globally. Bam, super. Let's do this again. So API logs file path. Wait a minute. Yeah, we need to source and dev. Oh, executing, starting Docker containers. Oh, I see. So basically, this bad boy here is wrong, right? Yep. All right. Try that again. Boom. Good. That's awesome. So now we have no more warnings left. Now it's the moment of truth, right? Is our API farting out, or is it running? Okay, well, I mean, it seems to be running, but did I comment this stuff out? I did. Let's see. Run the shell script again. Cool. Blah, 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 blah. All right. View logs. Fuck you. Let's see what's happening here now. Is it completely failing? Completely, maybe. Yeah, I think it is completely failing, yeah. Or is it? Let's refresh this. Let's actually go to our port trainer and check the state of our containers there. Why do I have to log in again? Come on, man. Yeah, so actually it is running. It's all of them are running. And if we take a look at the, no, that's not it. Fuck that. So log rotate, yeah. So if we take a look at this logs, so yeah, potentially it's good. Yeah, let's actually go back here. Let's do this and let's do this. So why are we getting bad gateway though? Why is the it's almost like our traffic is farting out for some reason. Why? Why is our okay? So the API is that. Oh, I see. Wait a minute. I see. I might know. Send email via message queue. Well, yeah, absolutely, man. Of course it will. Even though I wouldn't recommend that because there are many services that we can utilize to do this. There are many services that I will try to mention, at least some in the course, that you don't want to be handling. You don't want to be sending emails yourself, right? And it has nothing to do with the actual queue. It has everything to do with your SMT, your email server reputation, right? Because that's the main reason today why you want to use Amazon SaaS, SendGrid, Resend, and various other email providers is because their they have good reputation with all the DNS servers, right? Because if you start sending emails from your own email server, which actually nobody has any, no, I mean, we will be sending our own emails, right? So the thing is, I can let me try to illustrate it a little bit, right? Just bear with me. So let me try to illustrate it. I think it's a very good question. It's a very, very good question. And I think that's why it's even more important that we're very careful about it. So I'll just create a basic draw IO example here. So when you yeah, but yeah, be very careful there. I'm not talking about technicalities. Nobody cares about setting up a node mailer or whatever. That's not the point, right? That's anyone can do that. That's not the point. So when you maintain your own, okay, let me put it this way. So first and foremost, what Leo is talking about is not an email server. It's an email client, right? So it has nothing to do with what we're talking about. A node mailer is a client to which you provide SMTP or POP3 credentials, and it sends email, right, from whichever server you provided the info for, right? So this is a client, right? This is a client library. We're not talking about. We're talking about hosting your own email server. This is very, very difficult, right? Not hosting the server. Yeah, exactly. I fully know what you want. You want what every major service offers. So I am absolutely with you, right? Of course that I can include that in a course, but typically, so you only need. So what you're talking about, Boo Q3, what you're talking about is only needed if you're truly sending your own emails using your own SMTP and you don't have this built as part of your infrastructure. Meaning, because just bear with me for a second, there is not a single service out there that doesn't have this this built-in mechanism implemented, right? So all major SaaS platforms for sending emails, they have retry mechanisms, etc. Yeah, and yeah, absolutely, this is also true. You get a but this is very tough, right? So if you host your own server, your SMTP server is the problem is trust, right? And this trust is built over time. So when you start sending emails from your own server, you need to do this in very small quantities. You need to do this in very small quantities until your own server is kind of gain, you know, a little bit of trust amongst the DNS servers, amongst other servers who are sending emails, right? So this is typically, nobody does this on Earth, right? No, for 17, 18 years of my experience in this industry, working at companies, I've never seen anyone host their own email server, right? That's just not smart. But yeah, I mean, it's a good suggestion, right? Like, even if we're using, let's actually, so what Bubu Q3 asked, it makes sense, right? Let's imagine that we're using SendGrid or Amazon SaaS or whatever this new thing, Resend, or anything that we use, right? We can still use the queue. So if, you know, I don't know, like Amazon SaaS client.send email, if this fails, right, we then attempt a few other times. The main reason why I'm skeptical about this is that probably their client has this built in, right? What does it mean, hosting email server? How does it differ from using client and then sending? What do you mean sending SMTP? SMTP is a URL to an email server. So what do you mean how it differs? It differs totally. You're using an existing email server and you're using a client library to send an email. That's how it differs, right? Like, what you're probably doing, you go to Google and say Google SMTP, right? Right? And then Google gives you their own SMTP, right? That's, so you're sending an email from some mail server. You're not sending it from nowhere. It's not coming out of your butthole, right? So you're using someone else's server to send email. This course is using Docker Compose. Yeah. All right, cool. Anyway, let me get back to this. Very good discussions. It's just yeah, I need to yeah. All right. So I think, fuck, I need to think now. Give me a second. All right, so this is in fact running. So let me restart my reverse proxy. I think my traffic for some reason is farting out. I'm getting a bad gateway, meaning probably my traffic is failing for some reason. Let me just restart this container because yeah, this bad gateway makes absolutely no sense. We shouldn't be getting bad gateway. Let's go to our traffic. That is terrible. Yeah, everything seems to be operating here properly. HTTP routers. Yeah, what the fuck? That's all seems fine. That's also fine. So why are we getting bad gateway here? What happened now? Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna do one thing over here now in our so what I'm gonna do actually here, I mean, I suppose let's just do one thing. Right, let's get over here and let's just say console.log process.env. Nah. Yeah, right. Let's comment that out. And let's take a look at the logs now again. Yeah, so actually, so that is super. Redis host. The only potential issue. Postgres user database, appdb. So yeah, that is a little bit ironic. So what happened with give me 1 second. Let me go to my logs. Where is this my traffic logs? It is show logs. So yeah, that seems fine, I think. UI Docker 172.24.0.18.5173. So that is the port of this UI here. All right, let me just try to so weird. So weird. Jesus. Okay. Very strange. Let's source that thing again, I guess, and then run my shell script. No, I mean, so the API connects to everything actually. So that's ironic. So it's something with my, probably a reverse proxy. It's failing, right? I'm getting bad gateway. Basically, we're failing to hit this endpoint. Let me just try one thing. Yeah, right. So we're still getting bad gateway here. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. So update. I mean, signal. So we're getting a sig term. Why? What the fuck? Or no? And sorry, never mind. All good. Yeah. So you can see everything's working there. So Redis database app user, the wallet node in development. Migrations, editor v, Postgres app dp, Redis password, Redis host. Let me go to my thing here. Path prefix is API over there. Have you tried running that off? Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Ooh, yeah. Oh shit, what? Did I... What? Wait a minute. Yeah, what the... Dude. Like, are you kidding me? Jesus, what an idiot. Okay, my bad. Should be good now. Jesus Christ. Just removed the server. Just didn't start the server at all. Wow. Great. Such a smart guy. Great programmer. Noob.js. There's no Noob.js. There's no noob questions, man. Please feel free to ask. So you're wondering about... Well, I mean, let's go from there, right? So if we do... so right now it's actually inferring it properly as a string. If I actually go to my setup env, so probably at the time when I wrote this, when I was boilerplating it, env didn't know what the API port is at all, right? So I had to cast it into unknown. These are just some of the TypeScript rules where you have to explicitly set it to unknown and then set it to something else, right? So most likely here, I didn't have it as a type defined under this AJV, another JSON validator schema, and then I had to cast it like that there. Actually, let me just go back here. Is it gonna... Yeah, so it should be fine now, right? Yeah. It's not a noob question. It's a totally valid question because it looks super weird when you look at it. Hello, can you give tip for beginner and front-end developer? Why am I going longer to resolve for other basic problems? Typically, multi-dimensional array. Do you have materials which will help me to improve my... Why am I going longer to resolve for other basic problems? Typically, multi-dimensional array. Do you have a material which will help me to improve my thinking? I mean, I can help you with that a little bit. I mean, you can literally go to, you know, V3 schools, right, and read about arrays, right? So that is a very simple concept, right? I don't know if they have multi-dimensional arrays here. But let's not talk about programming. Let's talk about this as almost as something very simple, right? Neo, good evening, buddy. Good to see you. Thank you for coming, man. It's been a long time. Okay, let me just take 1 minute and explain this to a person who asked. So yeah, so he's asking about multidimensional arrays. Well, imagine that you have a give me a second. Yeah, well, imagine this is a box, right? Imagine this is a box, right? And then you put other boxes inside of that box, right? So imagine you buy a imagine this is a 50-liter box, 50-liter like storage box. And then you put smaller boxes inside to organize your space, right? So you could say this would be, you could say this is almost in this context a multi-dimensional array, right? It's just here this would be, we would have, so this would be, so we could represent this like this, right? Where is it? Text. So this would be like var or const or let, right? This would be like const. Let's say boxes, and then inside of that, or you could say, yeah, actually you could say box, and inside of this box you can have multiple dimension or other boxes, right? Actually that's a good example, I don't know, but it's just a way to nest different lists of things, right? So you can have a list of numbers, or you can have a list of lists, right? So you can say you can have a list, or you can have a list of lists, right? So you can have a list and then one list, right? And then you would access that list the same way you would access number one. So here you could say list one. You could destructure it like this. You could say list one is from list, right? Is the Docker Composer? No. This content right now is not open source yet. I'm recording a course for Udemy. So once I record and release the course, then everything will be open source. Yeah. But I'm not sure. You have to ask a little bit more precise question, right? It's very hard to help you if you just say I'm a little bit confused. You have to kind of be more specific, right? Yeah, but I mean, yeah, okay, I see where you're going, but you just have to put in the work, man. I'm sorry. You know, I mean, you're new to this stream, but you just need to put in the work. There is no silver bullet. There's no... Programming is not easy. Programming is very hard. And don't get carried away by all of these morons today who are using Lovable and these things to generate some generic UIs, right? programming is hard and you have to learn things. It works. It's everybody's path is different, right? I've been doing this for more than 20 years, so it might seem some of these things might seem easy, like oh, but they were not easy. I have spent 7 billion hours working, and every single day I'm working and running a team at work, and I'm still next to that learning new shit every single day, right? It never stops. So there's no, I cannot give you anything that really you haven't heard before, because everybody is giving you some advice, right? You have to just you have to sit and build things, and you will fail a lot. That's why you're junior, right? That is the problem. I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be very tough for the new generation because nobody has any patience, right? Nobody can focus for more than 20 seconds into anything, and that's a huge problem, right? Huge problem. So there's no silver bullet, man. I'm sorry. You just have to. You simply have to work. That's all. You have. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. If you can get a job, work from the office. Make sure you don't work from home. Work from the office. Go to work. Learn social skills. Learn how to talk to people. Learn a lot of things, right? And that's really it. I can give you a lot of tips, but you need to ask a little bit more specific questions, right? You have basically said, well, I'm a junior and I have a hard time building things. Exactly. That's why you're a junior, right? So you need to, yeah, that's unfortunately just how it is. That's just how it is. There's no secret ingredient that's gonna save you from that. That's just how it is. So connection to Redis is being refused for some reason, right? So that's what we're dealing with here. So if we take a look at the logs of Redis, we can actually see that it's running properly and that is fine. So there's no problems there, right? So that is awesome. Whatsoever, there's something wrong here. Let's actually try one thing. Give me a second. We'll attempt let's attempt one test with Fastify Redis. Let's set a random thing just to see if it works. So what we're gonna do here, so what we are going to do, we're going to just set something, some hash table or some property. So let's actually try this. So instead of doing the bool mq, let's say here something like app.redis.set test, right? This is going to tell us if our Redis is in fact exposed properly. So if we go to our Redis database now, we should see a single key called test. So yes. Leo, I love you, man. Good. You're obviously lying. The secret to be a good programmer is to buy 4 monitors, get a split keyboard, install NeoVim, and write Rust code to parse 1 million. Absolutely, Hyla. That is definitely the most important way. Split keyboard and a hacker looking like is certainly the most important. Yeah, exactly. If that was the case, that would be so nice, wouldn't it? That would be okay. So actually, app.redis. Give me 1 second. Yeah, this is a little bit depressing, but it's okay. It's perfectly fine. So if we go to our setup, our decorators, so this object that I'm giving here is not correct. I'm gonna try giving it connection, even though I actually don't think that thing exists. In fact, actually, give me a second. Let me try here. Let me try to say app.redis dot condition acknowledgement buffer. Yeah, I actually don't see anywhere over here where. Worst case, we'll just go and read the source code of this library. Clearly, I mean, but these types of streamers, right, is what people like to watch, right? Especially younger generation, right? A lot of these kids like to feel cool about themselves, right? Which is unfortunately a huge waste of time, but that's just how it is. Just keep in mind when I tell you this, nobody absolutely gives a tiny crap what text editor you use and what keyboard you use or anything related to that. Nobody is gonna go and give you a job because you're using Vim or VS Code or Emacs or whatever, right? So it's just ridiculous. It's just hilarious. I mean, to be honest, what I'm actually going to do here is I'm a little bit sick of this, to be very frank with you. So let's try just Redis. It's really bad if I have to. Yeah, but I don't want to do this. Can I somehow? Because yeah, underneath Fastify, Redis is using Redis, right? Accessing the Redis client. Absolutely. Yo, hey, what's up, man? So this is gonna expose the Redis object, right? Using an existing Redis client. Oh, nice. Fuck yes. Here it is, guys. Here it is. Super. Okay. So PMPMI Redis. Ah, that's exactly what I need. Amazing. Okay. That's very good. So let's go set up plugins, I suppose. Yeah. Ah, beautiful. Yeah. So import Redis from Redis, exactly. Then we're gonna construct a client in here, most likely. Shit. Oof. Unsplit code. Ah, that's a good one, actually. That's a good one. Okay, let me just think here, guys, for a second. So because I need this client, I need this. Actually, yeah, that is kind of a bummer, isn't it? Yeah. That is a little bit a bummer, but it's okay. So what I'm actually going to do is I'll do this. It's okay. It's fine. Yeah, but I'm not gonna decorate it. So this yields, what is this type? This returns, yeah, whatever it returns a Redis. So it's a Redis constructor, right? So actually we should probably do it like this. Nah, we'll just, no. Okay, so what I need to do now here, we need to, so we have the client, and actually if we go to bool mq, nice. This is exactly what we need. Super. So let's and I don't know, we're gonna refactor this a little bit. Let's say Redis client here, and we're gonna actually pass the Redis client to the decorator here. Here we'll obviously have to say yes, and we need to import this type. Yeah. And then over here, we're gonna say instead of app Redis, yes. And then inside of our own wrapper here over the bool MQ, we're gonna say Redis, and we're gonna import this from IO Redis, and then we're gonna nuke this, right? Something like that, okay? And then we can get rid of this. So yeah, I hate this deeply, to be very frank with you, but and then here this should be like process env Redis host, exactly, and then I don't like this very much, but that's what it is for now. And then over here we're setting up the actual Fastify Redis, which is okay, but instead we're gonna give it a client that we just created. So here I'm gonna go and also give this fella a Redis client. We're gonna do this, we're gonna import this, right? And then we're gonna go down here and we'll kind of nuke this crap, right? And then we're gonna say, hey, you know what? I'll just give you the client, which is the Redis client, right? Something like that, I think. Okay, it farted out. It's perfectly fine. We'll see in a second why. Oh, because we need to restart the, let's actually nuke. Let's just remove these three running containers, and then we're gonna just run. It's been ages. God returns when human needs him most. Good evening, man. Good, man. How are you? Yeah, I haven't been around much, but yeah, hopefully I can stream a little bit more. Especially, I mean, when a lot of people are coming back and stuff. I think that's awesome. That's awesome. Give me just 2 seconds. Okay, so it's still farting out and it's fine. No authentication required. Oh, I see. So I think what we're missing most likely is that if we go if we go to create Fastify instance here, and actually if I just undo this for a moment, so, and then if I do this and we go back here, let me just bear with me for a second. I actually don't know if I need to. The password. Yes. We are missing the password. There we go. Super nice. Okay, cool. So we'll need to disallocate this somewhere, but for now it's fine. Okay, so now if we say rabbit bool mq, if I print this, should still probably say function. Yeah, it's here, asynchronous function. Okay, and if we now do this, we actually say, I don't know, const bool mq is await, and then we call that function, right, to create that object now. So bool mq, as we can see now, is an object. Indeed, it has a bunch of crap on it. Yeah, I'm not very happy with that, but we'll see. We'll see about that. Now, if I say something like this, and something in here is wrong for sure. So let's take a look at this. So connection, this dot connection. Where is the, oh, what? Why is it? Import bool mq queue scheduler is not a constructor. What? Give me a moment here. right? So if we get over here, and what did we do? Add job, right? Okay, so never mind. So it is farting still. Response time, error refused. So we're calling that thing now. It's fine. Let's just print some of the stuff. Something is very off here, and to be very frank with you, right now I don't know what. So let's see. Okay, so when we print the connection, it seems correct. Process queue. Add job, this dot queue. Oh, I see. Shit. Wait a minute. I think the way that I wrote it, adding jobs, adding flows in bulk, no. Adding jobs, ask, adding jobs, no. None of that. So let's see, Redis patterns. Actually, let's take a look at here. Quick start. Yep. Yep. So we create a queue, we create a scheduler. We create a new scheduler, yeah. Store them in the corresponding maps. But I really just want to try. Oh my God. Okay, so let's maybe, okay, I think I get it now. And basically, the only thing that I get is that I kind of suck, pretty much, yeah, sometimes. Not always, but okay. Yeah. All right, so... Okay, sure. So, yeah. So let's just understand one thing together. Let's just understand one thing together, right? I think that's fundamental here. So in the context, we need to understand it in the context of BoolMQ, right? There's good motivation, exactly. Okay, so let me just make sure I can switch between these two things. Now, let's close the orchestrator for now. Okay. All right, so let's just visualize it a bit. So what we do is so bullMQ obviously operates under Redis. It's using Redis to also persist the queues and stuff. So first what we do is we obviously connect to Redis, right? And then we pass the connection to RabbitMQ APIs, right? And let's see that now. So bullMQ is based on 4 classes that together can be used to resolve many different problems. These classes are queue, worker, queue events, and flow producer. The first class you should know about is the queue class. This class represents a queue and can be used for adding jobs to the queue, as well as some other basic manipulations such as pausing, cleaning, or getting data from the queue. Jobs in bullMQ are basically user-created data structures that can be stored in the queue. Jobs are processed by workers. Okay, so we have a job, and then we have a, let's see, like this. We have a yeah, we have a guy like, yeah, no, wait, yeah, Jesus. And then we have a person like this, right? That so this is the worker, and the worker itself processes these jobs, right? So these jobs are processed by workers, and yeah, jobs are processed by workers. A worker is the second class you should be aware about. Workers are instances capable of processing jobs. You have many workers either running in the same Node.js process or in separate processes as well as different machines. So we can basically cluster it almost. They will consume jobs from the queue and mark the jobs as completed or failed. Okay, so now we also know, right, that the job can be in 2 states, either completed or failed, right? Okay, cool. In order to start working with a queue, a connection to Redis instance is necessary. bullMQ uses the node module IRRedis, and the options you pass to bullMQ are just passed to the constructor of IRRedis. If you do not provide any options, it will default to the port 6379 and localhost. Every class will consume at least 1 Redis connection, but it's also possible to reuse connections in some situations. For example, the queue and worker classes can accept an existing IRRedis instance, and by that reusing that connection. However, queue scheduler and queue events cannot do that because they require blocking connections to Redis, which makes it impossible to yeah, that kind of sucks. We'll see why that is it that it requires. Okay, cool. All right, so okay, let's try something like this, something very basic, right? So we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna figure out over time very soon how we can so we're actually not gonna call that at all. In fact, actually, let's go here and yeah, let's remove all of this. Right. So we nuke a bunch of this crap here. We do this. We'll still pass this connection. And let's just have a constructor for now. So we have a constructor that does this, and then we create a worker that's going to process our queue. So we do this. So we have the queue, we have the worker. Then over here, we are creating 2 new queues. So I guess it's a little bit shitty examples, to be very frank with you, because they're arbitrary. They're not providing anything, but it's fine. Let's keep it like this. All right, so cool. And then this connection we're gonna reuse here. So we're gonna say this dot connection, right? And we're gonna do the same over here. And we actually don't need to, I guess we can just print this, and we can print this. And then we need a type here, I suppose. I don't know what the type of this is. I guess it's a job, as it's suggesting. So bool mq job. Okay. So we've created a simple queue, and we created a worker as well. So let's try that out. So now over here, I'm basically still calling the constructor as I was before. Let's see if that farts out. And it seems that it most likely does. It's still refusing to connect. So it's not this for sure. Give me 2 seconds. Let's try crap here, just to trigger it. Okay, so obviously it's failing because we said crap. Good. If we fix that, yeah, okay. But now this thing, for whatever reason, is still failing. And I can't seem to figure out why that keeps happening. So why our decorator is failing. Setup decorator, bool mq. Oh, fuck. Are you kidding me, man? Redis URL. Really? Yeah, that's why. Jesus Christ, man. But why did it allow me? Why didn't it complain? That's so stupid, man. Don't I have an interface for that? It's taking a connection. Yeah. And the constructor is taking 2 arguments. It's not even taking an... okay. That's so stupid, man. Okay. Okay, so now actually we made it work. Awesome. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's say max retries something. Yeah. And there we go. Finally. Jesus Christ. Okay, cool. So now we have the bool mq stuff actually working. And that's great, right? That's fine. Okay, cool. All right. So now the next thing, I suppose, right, is that we figure out how do we want to write the whole class out so it provides us nice abstractions, right? That's what I did previously. I just did an undo just so we can kind of see. So let's take a look at adding flow in bulk. So it's just their documentation kind of sucks a little bit. So let me just skim through a little bit myself here. So new queue. Then we add items to the queue. Okay, great. And next thing I want to do is set up in development. We want to set up the bool mq dashboard. So we're going to have that as part of the infrastructure, right? It's called... Exactly. That's Neokim. You're absolutely right. That's very depressing. I will need to fix that. That wasted us a lot of time. What are you building? I'm just building some. I'm gonna record a course for Udemy called Infrastructure for Startups. So I'm building just some content for that. All right, cool. So this is what we're going to set up in our development environment, right? So we're going to essentially do this. We're going to expose it on some port. I'm not sure if it's going to be 3000, but we'll see. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna actually go to our orchestrator, right? And in the orchestrator, in our override, in our development one, we're gonna find Redis database somewhere over here. And we'll just run this, obviously this dashboard in development, so we can monitor some of the jobs that we create, etc. Now, should we run this on I don't know if there's anything else running on port 3000. Thank you very much for the sub. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Okay, so we can attempt this. I don't know, right? And actually, we can serve this. We can serve this actually under traffic as well, right? So we can maybe, instead of doing it like this, let's just do it through our reverse proxy, right? So we're gonna say labels. So we're gonna do something like this, right? Our traffic should know which port the bullboard runs on, as long as they are exposing it to as long as the Docker file from the bullboard is have an exposed directory, right? So I think this should work. Now the only thing we want to do, I'm actually gonna open VS Code for this. So I'm gonna open my VS Code, and I unfortunately don't have these fancy commands. I'm not a very regular streamer, so I don't stream much, so I don't have these like commands that do these things, unfortunately. Yeah, but I might add that at one point. Okay, so let's call this bullboard. Yeah, sure. Sounds like a billboard. And we're gonna just create an alias here. I'm gonna say bullboard dot localhost, right? So I'm just gonna update my etc hosts, and that's great, right? So we're gonna do this, and then in theory it should be this easy, right? So I should be able to run this. We will pull this image now, and should be fine. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at that. So bullboard.localhost, let's see if it's running. If it's not, it's okay, we'll figure it out. And actually, let's take a look at our Docker now here in our orchestrator. That's actually, what is this crap? Let's close that. Let's close that. Let's go over here. Here's the bull board. Yeah. Maybe we have to restart our traffic. Let's just try our reverse proxy just to, but we can also actually go and take a look. Has that service and let's actually go ahead and see in our reverse proxy, has that been created? Prometheus, Grafana, bullboard. It is, in fact, it's here. Okay, well then I need to take a look at their Docker file, right? Give me 2 seconds. It should be 3000, right? Yeah, it is 3000. I don't know if I need to, like, yeah, specify 3000 here. I shouldn't, because they're exposed, should expose it, but bullboard localhost. All right, we'll see in a second. That's cool, and let's restart our traffic just once more. Probably unnecessary, but let's see. Cool. To be very frank with you, I would expect it. Let's actually try flushing our DNS, right? So let's open good old command prompt, and let's flush our DNS. It could be easily the DNS. What was it? Fuck. Was it? If I remember, it was ifconfig, right? Flush DNS. Yes, there we go. Okay, well, oh, thank you very much. Let me take a look at that. How much the Udemy instructors make? I mean, to be very frank with you, right? And thank you very much for sharing this. I'm actually gonna bookmark this and then read it later. I'm not that much. Yeah, I mean, would it be great that it makes money? Sure, but I'm more concerned about. I'm actually not concerned about anything in that regard. But I would much rather want it to be a good course, because if it's a good course, I mean, it's a huge. There's a massive amount of content on the internet, right? So, for example, I don't know if you saw this statistics. 70% of Udemy students don't even start the course. This is more demoralized. Look at this. I'm just gonna paste it here in the chat. Look at that. Udemy reports that the average student enrolled in Udemy course completes just 30% of the content, and an average of 70% of students never even start the course, right? So yeah, it is crazy indeed. Yep. Alex, just do 50%. That's not a bad tip, to be honest. Okay, let's see, why is this not running? Environment, Redis. Oh, I see. I actually don't think this is the reason whatsoever. But yeah, let's smack this in, right? Just bear with me, I'm almost there. It's absolutely interesting. I mean, honestly, like, the reason why it's exciting is because all these years I actually never released a course for Udemy, and I wanted to do it for a long time. So for me, it's also a huge matter of just a personal satisfaction, to be very frank with you, because yeah, it's just something I wanted to do. Oh, here it is. So it kind of works on localhost 3000, which is a little bit weird, which means that, so entry points, web bullboard, shit. Give me just 2 seconds, I'm just curious now. Because fundamentally it should be kind of fine, right? So bullboard, localhost, yeah. I think the port could potentially be an issue, but it shouldn't be. Give me 1 second. trying to get tired, bastard. Okay, well, I mean, let's just imagine that this is actually working, because it seems that it does, right? I'm not so sure. And actually, if we go to our, I think we're getting there. I think it's awesome. So I'm not unhappy at all. So we create a queue. Let's add something to the queue, right? So let's say add test, right? And it failed to add it to the queue. I actually don't know why, but let's actually go ahead and take a look at the API. So I think very good. I'm actually at the end. I'm very happy. I think we are. I think we're getting somewhere, which is good enough for now. So let's take a look at the. Let me just remove these logs because they're a little bit too much. Let's also get rid of the worker because I don't actually care about. So let's just say my queue.add, and it's gonna be don't drop the database, and the data is gonna be test. Okay, right? So we can see here that we have the my queue, right? So let's kind of try smacking okay. What happened? What farted out? Let's see. Did it fart out or was it something else? So it did actually succeed. So it did succeed, I think. Yeah. My queue. Right, so let's say here Lord of the Rings. Yeah, Lord of the Rings. Okay, so we did actually add it to the queue, right? So I would actually expect to see something in here now, which I actually do not. Paused. No, that's not what I want. Let's take a look at this. Confirm queues, collapse jam, dark mode, 5 seconds. Jobs per page, 10. Let me actually let's take a look at our Redis database, because this should technically be Redis. Where are you? Okay, so here is the bull MQ, and here is our queues, right? So here are the tasks that we've added, in fact, right? So you can see them all here, right? So technically what we're doing works. Now the only thing is that I want us to configure is this dashboard, because this dashboard is pretty awesome, and I want to have this as part of the course for sure. Yeah, I don't, but I don't think it's necessary. I think here you can see it says queues, so I'm expecting to actually see our queue there, right? So we don't care about the worker yet. We haven't yet defined the worker to actually do something with these things, right? So I've just created the queue and added few tasks to the queue, right? So that's like actually one, I've just like, hey, add a new job to the queue, and then the next thing is having a worker to process that, right? So we don't really care about that much. So let's just say here console.log added, right? And here we're gonna just say console log error, right? So as you can see, added, right? Here we have it added and added. And then if we take a look at our Redis database again, we'll notice that it's in fact there, right? So this is Postgres, wait. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I would expect this to so let's actually go to our compose here. So bool prefix, this is also something that I'm not passing. So if we take a look at their documentation here, yeah, I mean, to be very frank with you, actually, let's just pass here, like false. Actually, resume all, paused, delayed, failed, completed, prioritized. Yeah, so weird. I would expect them to be here, to be honest. I would for sure expect to see them there. All right, let's see what this says here. Yeah, and there's also this bool board Fastify as well. Simple Fastify setup. No. I mean, to be honest, whenever you want them, we have a bunch of them at Dream Data, so just send me your address in private message and I'll send you one. Why not? Oh, I see why it needed that prefix, right? Yeah, I see, but yeah, actually, actually, yeah, I mean, it could in theory now. Wait a minute. Yeah, I have a bunch of these Dream Data hoodies and t-shirts. Aromatics, I swear to God, I'm reading all of your emails. It's just a very, very little time to do anything. As I promised already, I will get back to you 100%. We can maybe figure something out if I can help you and stuff like that, and vice versa, of course. Okay, so the prefix here now is correct because the prefix itself here is bool as well, right? So you can see we have shit tons of stuff in this queue. And because the bool prefix is bool, that technically means that, yeah, I mean, it should queues. Oh, okay. So it's yeah. So it's fetching for the queues, right? Okay. Let's see. That's good. That is the beauty of sometimes not knowing something, is that we are learning always. Okay. No, but we have. Wait a minute. Ah, you see what's happening. Do programmers ever get equity part? I mean, I have shares in the firm where I work, yeah. Yeah, it's a vested, I have vested shares. So every year I get, it doesn't matter what number, but yeah. So this is the problem, right? And the reason why this is, yeah, I know, okay, I think I know. And I know why this is happening. So let's just do one little quick fix here. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna say 127.001 for now. Or these other two I'll leave as is. But yes, some programmers do, depending on the company, depending at which stage you join. Typically, if you join early in like an early stage startup, there's more probability that you're gonna get shares. Yeah, I have around, doesn't matter what number I have it. Chandu 16, hi there, man. Thank you for coming. Okay, so from where is it? Yeah, here. So now it's I'm a tech lead. I'm both. I'm everything. Been doing this for 18 years, so I've done everything from. I'm a Cisco engineer as well. That's how I started my career in 2008. So it doesn't really like this, right? So yeah, so what we need to do, what we need to fix here is we need to not expose the ports like this, right? I am the universe, exactly, pretty much. Agreed. Yeah. So we need to make sure to make the reverse proxy work. I didn't work at Cisco. I went to Cisco Academy. I worked at a different ISP provider. Yeah, I worked with Cisco routers, Cisco switches, WebEx, etc. Cedric, deal. I also worked at MikroTik. I have a MikroTik server here as well at home. I have a Raspberry Pi Kubernetes cluster that also runs MikroTik. What was this? Bullboard localhost. Localhost. So let's see why I don't get why is this not getting resolved. It's most likely that this guy is not picking up the actual port that's being exposed by Bullboard. That's my only assumption. Did you come across the mythical? No, I did not. I don't know what that is. Bullboard orchestrator 3000. Yeah, but this is internal IP, right? So we can't access that. Fuck, man, what is... Huh. Unless, give me 2 seconds. Yeah, I've been using MikroTik for many years, yes. The only thing I can think about is some conflicting port that we have somewhere. That something else might be running on port 3000, right? Eight 899 80. No, fuck that. Right. Man. Give me 2 seconds. No, but what I care about is something else. Not yeah. This is 5. No, so it's I care. I'm looking for something a little bit different than what you're sharing with me. Okay, no, never mind. So that's actually good. So that is fine. Yes, Docker Compose. Yes. So why is my traffic not hitting that? It's a little bit weird. So yeah, it should be fine, right? It should be fine. It should literally be fine. Like this should work. Yeah, this should literally work. Give me 2 seconds. All right, let's try that again. I'm over my addiction, and I can say most of it was because of your influence. Thank you so much. My pleasure, man. All the best for you. Now I have a quick question, if I can help me. I want to deploy a website. I want to host it in a VPS. From my understanding, I can have Nginx working as a reverse proxy and use Docker containers running in the route and route the DNS to VPS. Yeah, absolutely. You can do that. I mean, you can host depending on what type of website you have. Yes. But typically, right, what you're gonna do is your idea is very good. Yeah, so you're gonna have a server, obviously, some computer on the internet, right? And yeah, indeed, you will on that computer you're gonna set up some virtual machines or Docker containers. So you're gonna have Docker containers, and then you're gonna orchestrate them. You're gonna make them work together easier by using Docker Compose, as you suggested. And you're gonna create some networks, some internal networks. And you're gonna have Nginx or some other reverse proxy. Like I'm using Traffic because it's more common for Kubernetes as well. And then yes, indeed. So you're gonna your reverse proxy is gonna route the traffic to your services, right? So your reverse proxy is gonna be getting data from the internet. So really, the only thing that you're gonna be routing everything to this guy. So this is internet, right? And then people will be sending requests to this guy. and then that guy will be figuring out how to handle requests, right? So you might have five different DNS, like 5 different domains, right? You might have, you know, my subdomain 1.hostname, right? My subdomain 2.hostname, and these could be even completely different applications, right? Or you might have a prefix, you might have a path such as hostname / something, right? You can also do this with a reverse proxy. And then you're going to be, depending what a user types here, hey, I want to go to hostname / something, then this reverse proxy knows that they should send the request here or there, right? So that is the idea, yes. That's what a reverse proxy is for, right? And for many other things you can do. This is a little bit complex. That's what I'm making this course, because these things can be done in so many different ways, right? You can, of course, do some rate limiting here, security, custom HTTP headers, authorization headers, and bunch of other different things, right? But you can also do the same way before data hits the proxy, right? So you can, for example, have Cloudflare or some other DNS or CDN or whatever. So you could have another layer here, which is, let's say, Cloudflare, and you can only allow traffic to this guy from Cloudflare IP ranges, right? So now you can have a guy on the internet hits the Cloudflare does the security, VAF, and a bunch of other things, rate limiting, security, HTTPS, etc., SSL, right? And then it hits you. So there's many ways you can do this. So don't get ahead of yourself. Just make basic things work, and then work from there. Otherwise, I mean, sure, you don't need any redundancy now, right? Again, so it's very easy to get especially influenced by the internet and the blog posts and the influencers, right? So every single application on earth really needs just you know, a DB and an API, right? And you can host your front end on Cloudflare pages. You can host it on many free amazing places, right? I mean, Programmer Network, the platform that this stream is about for the most part, this front end, right, is hosted on Cloudflare pages, right? And we have 1,500 users signed up and stuff, right? So anyway, but really the only thing you need is 2 containers, one for the API and one for the database. Make sure that this database is not accessible from the outside, right? Cloudflare pages are free, yes. They always have been free, yeah. Q Pluka, hi, good evening. Thank you very much for joining the stream. Yes, Cloudflare pages are free, yes. And the Cloudflare, it has a very generous, a lot of things are free. Full SSL, strict SSL is also free. Well, Cloudflare pages is just a static host, right? So you cannot host a server there, but you can use service workers, web workers, so you can run serverless functions and stuff like that. So you can do a lot of things. I'm also going to talk about that in this course. You do not store it there, no. You typically would have a managed database or your own database hosted on some server of your own, and then you would interface with that. But yeah, it's absolutely fantastic, for sure. Okay, let's actually, for the first time today, let's use AI. It's not that I don't want to use it, it's just we didn't need it much. Let's just ask here, why is my traffic not resolving bullboard properly? It's a very vague question, so I don't expect a good answer. When you ask a stupid question, getting a good answer is, oh, ooh, did we really forget that? Ooh, that's a bummer, man. Yeah, but I don't think, no. I don't actually think it has anything to do with that, but yeah, let's give it a shot. Yeah, okay, but I don't think that's it. I don't think that has to do anything with that, but I hope it proves me wrong. That would be fantastic. That would be absolutely amazing. Oh, yes, it does. Beautiful. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now we have the bull board working and we can see our Redis queues in here. Okay. So this course of mine, so Programmer Network is hosted on Hetzner. So our Programmer Network is hosted on Hetzner as well, and it's amazing and it's very, very, very cheap. I overpay. I could get a lot cheaper server. As you can see, I'm paying 20 euros a month, but I don't need that. You get 16 gigs of RAM, 4 virtual CPUs, 4 shared CPUs, right? But if you go to Hetzner pricing, and actually you have at the bottom of my stream, you have a Hetzner, what is it called? You have this Hetzner cloud, what is it called? Referral link or whatever. Yeah. So if you want, yeah. So please, if you, I think you get like 10 or 20 euros for free. There's actually a bunch of referrals, as you can see here. There's currently 9 referrals so far. I earned 50 euros from you guys, and there's 40 euros pending. So if you need great look, I actually don't care. I've been using Hetzner for since I was a kid. It's, you know, it's always been, it's the first host, even when I was very, very young, that I knew about when I was still doing PHP 3 and many other old languages. So this is where I host my things, and it's amazing. So give it a shot. But the referral thing that you click on, you get something. I don't know what you get. I don't remember. Anyway, give it a shot. Okay, this is super nice. Now we can visualize our queue. So that's superb. We can actually probably also remove it from here. Yes, we can. 3 of them have completed. We can see it. Very, very nice. Very good. Okay. And so it seems that we actually haven't exposed it as part of our internal network. So that's why it couldn't communicate before with our services. Okay, great. Yeah, okay, let me just switch to the camera a bit. Just 1 minute break. Let me just stretch a little bit. I went to the gym last night at almost midnight, man. I'm still in pain a little bit. That chair sponsored, yeah, fuck this. I'll never have sponsors, I think. No, not really, no. I wish it was. But you're sponsoring me already by being here. That's enough for me. Yeah. Is it a good chair? No, for the price, no, not really. No, you can get I bought a chair for my wife recently. Let me show you. I bought a chair for my wife a couple of months ago. Fuck, I'm buying too many things, man. Yeah, this is the chair I bought for my wife. This chair is probably better than this one, and this chair was like, I don't know, 100 euros or something. Yeah, less than 100 euros. So this stuff, this, like, look, don't take me wrong. I'm not saying that the chair is bad. I'm just saying that these gaming chairs, their price is probably increased twice just because they have a cool looking logo or some shit, right? So it's an okay chair. It's not uncomfortable, but you can probably get something a lot cheaper, you know, with the same comfort. So it's all about branding, right? That's really what most is about. Yeah. Okay, so that's very good. So we did some work for sure. Yeah, I'll need to figure that one out. And actually, so the only thing that I dislike, and unfortunately I will have to do it. So one of the biggest problems here with a lot of the things we have here is that, as I was saying a couple of streams ago, Docker Compose and the way that it merges these, for example, labels, for example, these traffic labels, doesn't really. Are you the founder of Prometheus? I absolutely am not. No. So anyway, we're gonna probably end up, by the time I start recording this course, it's gonna just be one Docker Compose using profiles, right? So with Docker Compose, you can use these profiles, and you can basically, when you're running Docker Compose up, you provide a profile name, for example, staging, development, production, test. And then, but that means that oftentimes we'll have to, basically as we are here, it's just separate files. We'll need to duplicate services. So you're gonna have, I don't know, Prometheus, and then Prometheus dev, API dev. So all of the, I'm gonna have to duplicate basically each one of the services with its corresponding, right? So this file is gonna end up being probably around, I don't know, 1,000 lines or something, but it's a whole infrastructure that you have. So that's amazing, right? And actually, let's do one thing. Let's try to let's DDoS our API, right? So let's just play a little bit with that. So let's DDoS our own API, right, using autocannon. So let's just say pm DDoS, and then I'm gonna DDoS the API. Let's say localhost API. Yeah. So let's just DDoS this endpoint, right? So I'm just gonna say here pm DDoS, right? So now we're DDoSing it, right? And now if we actually go to, hopefully it's not gonna fuck up my network here. So if we now go to the nodejs dashboard, shit, what happened here? Oh, sorry, this is the wrong thing. Good, all good. So let's go to my local Grafana here. So let's go to dashboards and let's go to nodejs. Oh, never mind, it's fine. It was the right one, instance. Yeah, it seems I fucked that one up. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. But let's see in the traffic now. We should see a bunch of traffic coming in. And what are we doing? We're doing... Yeah, we're going to increase these numbers a bit. Let's see. But what happened with my Node.js 1? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Yeah. Give me 2 seconds. Why would this not work? Give me 2 seconds. What the hell is this? Why is this like that? Okay. Yeah, wait, I'm thinking. Sorry, my brain is just thinking right now. I just need to remember how I did it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to. Yeah, so we need to fix some of that for sure. But you're having a stroke. Yeah, it seems like it, doesn't it? So what happened here? Give me 2 seconds. Just bear with me. Let me just try one thing. Let's do Prometheus. Let's do no. Let's actually do Loki. No. Let's do Prometheus. This definitely Prometheus one. But I wanted to go with the builder. Select metric. Select label. All right. Fuck. All right. Maybe it's too late for that. Okay. So let's take a look at this. Right. So we have. So let's just increase these numbers a bit. I just want to check one thing, and then next time we see each other, we'll do a bit more. So these are the concurrent connections. Actually, I just forgot. I just forgot what the arguments what these arguments meant. Let's just remind me of the CLR arguments here. I forgot. I think this is for concurrent connections, and this is, I don't remember. Tor's brother, exactly. Okay, let's see. The number of concurrent connections says the duration of the test, says the number of pipeline requests. One sends one request at a time per connection. Okay, so let's break this a little bit. So let's say we want to do 1,000 connections, doing 2 requests, and we run this test for 60 seconds. Okay, we DDoS it for that duration, right? We will visualize it another time. It might, hopefully my stream is not gonna lag because of this. It shouldn't. Then as you can see, we're gonna see massive influx of requests here. So you can see here now we're getting around. All right, still working. So we are actually. That is why the verbose option, like connections. Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. I agree with you, Phil, for sure. 100%. So you can see we're getting 222 requests per second now. But let's see, of course, this is a very arbitrary test. We have no database connections here. We have nothing. But I'll make sure to talk about this in the course as well. We'll need to do proper connect. But let's see. So we have 3 instances of nodejs. And let's see the stats here. So what did we get? Yeah, latency, as you can see, has been growing. So average rate latency is 1 second. Requests per second, 160. So we had what average? Was this the average requests per second at the end? So 2000, yeah. And let's. So you can see at one point we had essentially around 2,400 requests per second, right? This is just DDoSing our node cloud. Like we have 3 instances of nodes. So I think that's pretty good, right? That's pretty awesome. And I didn't see really any. It's just the problem is I need to fix the Node.js dashboard because we could see then the process a little bit more and the CPU usage and stuff like that, right? Because keep in mind, by the way, that this is this whole infrastructure is limited resource-wise. Because of course this computer I'm streaming from is absolutely insane, so I'm not utilizing all the resources. That's why if we go to our Docker Compose, for example, you can see here I've set the limits for each one of the services we have, right? So if we go to Fastify API, right? You can see we're using half a core. We have 256 megabytes of memory per instance, right? Right, so everything is limited, of course, to mimic the real server this is going to be hosted on, right? Because you're not going to have 16 cores machine when you host this on a $10 Hetzner server, right? Of course you will not. So yeah, for sure, right? Okay, fellas, let's round it up. Let's see if you guys have any questions or whatever. I'm very happy, of course, to answer. And otherwise, or any remarks or suggestions or whatever. And then, yeah, and then we go and see each other maybe tomorrow. I love you too, man. Seriously, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate that so much. Let me just close this. What do you start to stream at? I'm very sorry for that. I know that you guys, some of you would like to get an answer, but I never know. I just streamed today because I had, and actually I need to fix these commands. But honestly, like really what I would appreciate you guys doing is if you have a minute, right? If you at least would like me to get more inspiration to be here, sign up at Programmer Network, and that's really what I would ask of you, at least if you're planning to hang out here, because we're going to be building that platform for a long time to come. I'm not working on it now, unfortunately don't have the time, but do that. And if you can join the Discord, I can share the Discord server. I think that's probably, I don't know how do I even share the Discord link? How do I do that? Discord, how? Maybe I right click on the server, invite people. I found it, yeah. And then I don't know, generate link. Yeah, got it. There we go. Oh, hidden use copy button. Beautiful. Copied. Completely correct. Oh, what the? Why? What? Dude, I swear to God, it's bugged. I think they're inviting hidden use copy button. No, it's bugged. I shit you not. Look at this. Wait. I know you're thinking that I'm stupid, and that's also true, right? But look at this. Look at this. Right? Copy. Look. Bam. Look. It literally copies their text. What? Yep, it's bugged. Oh, you do. What is a streamer mode? I don't think I have streamer mode enabled. Do I? Okay, good. Sure, great, super. Cool. Thank you, Cedric. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Okay, guys. Well, you know, that's what it is, fellas. Thank you very much. I had a lot of fun. And thank you for making it also more fun for me by being here. And I think I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, similar time, around 9 p.m. Central European time, I guess. And Craft, everybody else, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate you very much, and I wish you the best, and I'll see you another time. Peace out, everybody. Have a good night. Bye-bye.